as you know, DoggieDiamondsNoFilter.com is the official website. DoggieDiamondsNoFilter.com is my official website. Log on to DoggieDiamondsNoFilter.com. That is my official website. You should be logged on there to catch videos you might have missed in the stream. Everything is on there. Everything is on there. DoggieDiamondsNoFilter.com. And listen, man, have you heard about my $100 promo deal? If not, let me give you some details really quick. First and foremost, the promotion will be done on Doggie Diamonds TV, as well as the Interlude TV that's on the Insta stories, the YouTube community, the threads, the Facebook, the Twitter accounts. Listen, man, I could promote whatever you need, but as a reminder, this is for serious inquiries only. Must be Cash App ready. Must be Cash App ready. If you're not Cash App ready, then don't hit me up. But listen, also, I got to let you know, too, that, man, Doggie Diamonds No Filter, the actual podcast, the audio, I'm on Pandora. I'm all over. So make sure you go look around for the podcast. I'm on Pandora, too. Pandora. Doggie Diamonds No Filter podcast is on Pandora. You see? Right here on Pandora. So if you're a Pandora listening tour, I made that up. Check me out on there. Yes. Yes. I've been going for a few days, just chilling. Just chilling. So we got Salasy Wilkins in the building. Brooklyn GQ is here. Quillia B. Never saw you before, but thank you for joining tonight. Quillia B. Thank you for being here. Michael Coy. King Michael Coy. We got to put proper respect on that King. Star 1316, what's up? Beautifully balanced, how are you doing? Disrupting Reality, NYC. John Dante is in the building. Terrence Foster, what's up? Saul Perez, what's up? Terrence Foster. I had to put the fire, because you put the fire emojis. I had to say your name twice. Rashawn Green, what's up? EC, that is a member of the channel. Super support. Nisa Shabazz, what's up? Idris the God 09, what's up? Watt Slice is always here. Omar Davis, what's up? Richard Asante, what's up? 7 Resolution, what's up? Unpopular Opinions. I be seeing you on Thread. Shout out to you. Ra, what's up? Iceberg Slim, what's up? Don't forget. Doggie Diamonds did this. Rob C, what's up? Aruba 927. Fred B. Jams. The 337, Louisiana's in the building. Shad 76 is here. Lotus the Kid is here. Anthony Law is here. Will Dress Wolf, what's up? Wayne Watts, what's up? Alucard Jets, what's up? Felipe Harris, Westcott Entertainment is here. Presidential Mike, Heavy C is in the building. Yo, and don't forget, Doggie Diamonds did this. Yeah, don't forget to hit the like button. The like button needs to be hit too. You gotta hit that like so we can move up throughout the YouTube stratosphere. So we let them know that we live. Let them know that we put out content. Yes. Chief Red Hair, Brown Eyes, what's up? Oh, I have on the wrong screenshot? I do? I thought I put on the wrong one. Thank you for telling me that. Thank you for telling me that. That means the whole wrong, whatchamacallit, what I made a mistake. I'll fix it. There we go, it's fixed. See, that's what I get for doing too much sometimes. Dialoguing with Nasir, what's up? I fixed it. Thank you. My IG is IGN. If you're not following me on IG, you should be following me on IG. It is Doggie Diamonds TV on IG. We got A-Child in the building. We got Kelly Mills, the moderator. Aruba 927 in the building. Sharif Gunner, definitely set it off with the super chats. I think I might be underrated. I think people just don't know I do beats, but I be just chilling. You know, sometimes we can't let people know that everything we do, you know, but y'all know because y'all are faithful listeners and supporters. Yeah. The product, what's up? Fish Out of Water. I like that name. Fish Out of Water series. That's dope. So listen, don't forget. Doggie Diamonds did this. That's a fact. So I'm here. I took a few days off. I know I ain't been with y'all the way I was on the weekend. I watched wrestling yesterday. Y'all got to forgive me, man. I ain't going to talk about wrestling. I got to do a whole show on that, but I had fun. Yesterday was also my brother's birthday, so I was just chilling. I didn't really feel like doing nothing. I did go to the gym. I did mind my business, and that was what I did. I did those things. So when I was looking around for content, I was like, yo, I want to talk about something. I felt like going live. It's Sunday night. Talked to my niece 900 times today. Shout out to my niece. Y'all know who she is. Yes, I do intro beats for everything. I am a well-rounded producer. I do everything. So yeah, yesterday was my brother's Mel's birthday. I know he passed away a few years ago. So I was just chilling. I wasn't really feeling bad. I wasn't really feeling nothing like that. I was just chilling, I was just reflecting, laughing, having a good time, just doing what I do. I cooked today. I ground some turkey. So I ground turkey. I made some quesadillas for dinner. So when you ground turkey, you could just do all stuff with it all week. So I got 2 pounds of ground turkey. I took a little bit out for my quesadillas. I've got the cabbage that I told you I was gonna get. I'm gonna make a deconstructed turkey roll. Put the cabbage on top and brown it. Yeah, so I've been chilling. But I sometimes I miss talking to y'all. So I'm here. So this what brings us together today. So we know about the alleged Drake involvement that he was accused of with the XXX and 10. Let's just say XXX for today, okay? Because I don't know how to pronounce that young man's name the right way. So I'll always just say XXX. That's what I always say. I don't know how to pronounce his name the right way. So I don't say XXX. Tentacion. I think that's how you pronounce it, but it's kind of messed up to say somebody's name twisted. So I just say XXX, which is wild too. So triple X. I say triple X. As we know, he was unalived. And the dudes was convicted. But one of the kids, Dedrick Williams, is up for an appeal. And I'm going to set the premise for what I believe. I believe that now that Drake has filed a lawsuit against UMG, the protection is off. A la when Diddy sued the liquor company, the protection was off and all the accusations and all the funny stuff came out. Not saying there wasn't no wrongdoing in Diddy part, but I'm just saying, I just found it peculiar that once he sued this big corporation that might have been protecting him the whole time, now they're like, oh, you want to sue? Okay, now you on your own. So this is what I believe. In this case with Drake, which happened years ago, it got buried. A lot of things, and we're gonna go through it. I'm gonna react to the actual lawyer for the kid that's for the appeal. We're gonna listen to his interview on Law and Crime Network. I'm gonna react to it and see what he says. And I didn't know a lot of this stuff because I didn't really follow that case so much. I wasn't into the kid's music. I thought it was unfortunate what happened to him, but I'm not going to be a fake person that be like, oh, that's messed up. I love this music. I didn't. I just thought him as a human, it was messed up what happened to him. But I'm not going to act like I was a fan, so I followed it. So when I looked into this today and I watched this, I was like, whoa, this is about to get real, real, real spooky. Speaking of the word spooky, while I add it, shout out to my guy, Rossi, a.k.a. the Spooky Chef. Rossi used to go by the name of Rob Murder. That is Mel Matrix brother, a.k.a. Mel Murder brother. He's the one who made up the word spooky. Jim Jones started saying it, and other people started saying it, but it comes from Rossi. The original Spooky Chef is his Instagram. So shout out to my bro right there. So whenever you hear somebody say spooky or you hear me say spooky sometimes, that is a salute and homage to him because that's my guy. He cook. He went from a guy in the streets to a chef, making it on television and all that. So I just thought that, I think that that's dope, that my guy changed his life, and he's the original Spooky Chef. So if you ever look up the original Spooky Chef, that is him. He be making all types of shit. Like, how the hell you know how to cook this? But he went to culinary school, and he went from a guy on the street doing street guy stuff to a chef, a real live chef. So shout out to him. So if I say something getting spooky, it comes from Rossi, a.k.a. Rob Murder, a.k.a. the Spooky Chef. So always keep that in mind. That comes from him. So even when you was hearing Jim Jones say spooky, that was from him. That's spooky. You know what I'm saying? From the style. So when you see somebody change their life from this to that, we got to commend them. That's my bro, too. You know what I'm saying? Always looked out for me in a lot of cases when I needed content or we just built on stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's my guy, Bed-Stuy, on the Spooky Chef. So, yeah, his name is the original Spooky Chef. Look him up. So, okay. Now, this situation occurs, and the kid is up for an appeal, and Drake's name is being thrown back into the hat. So I want to share my screen with y'all really quick because we doing a reaction, so we got to react. So I'm going to scroll up to their caption. And this was put out 2 days ago. It's almost over 500,000 views. So this is not something new, but this is what people are talking about. Maybe y'all not privy to the information, but we're going to go through it. And it says, Dedrick Williams, one of 3 defendants convicted for his involvement in the unaliving of rapper XXX, is filing court documents for an appeal in his petition. Williams' attorney, Mauricio Padilla, points to rapper Drake's alleged feud with the victim as proof that he could be an alternate suspect. Padilla sat down with Law and Crime's Jesse Weber to talk about the filings. So this is crazy. So, you know, his name came up and stuff, but as the guy is going to explain, they tried to show Drake's involvement before, but a lot of stuff was pacified and covered up. Now he's going back again to say, hey, I told y'all this, that, and the third. So let's get into it really quick. When this guy says Williams right here, he's talking about Dedrick Williams. Of course, I'm not going to let it play all the way through. I have to stop it at times and give reactions to what they're saying because that's what a true reaction video is, also for copyright purposes. So bear with me. Let's go.
Now, as I mentioned, Williams is appealing this decision, and a big focus of this is on Drake. It's also other issues that they're bringing up, so I want to get into it right now. And for that, I want to bring on Williams' defense attorney, Mauricio Padilla. Thank you so much for coming on, Mauricio. Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you for coming on right afterwards. So I wanted to talk about this with you, and we're going to get into more specifics of the appeal. But overall, big picture, big theme, what are you and the rest of the defense counsel arguing here?
Well, I am not arguing it. I'm not his appellate attorney.
So he's not the appellate attorney, but he's going to show that he was trying to enter certain evidence that was suppressed. And this get kind of wild, what he's going to say. Let's go.
Trial counsel. So I'm just referencing what Mr. Patanzo, which is his appellate attorney, has stated in the brief. There's so many errors that it takes a while to even break it down. One of the main errors in my opinion in the case, which I had to sit through, argue, and live it, was the fact that in December of 2020, I filed a witness list. The state's reaction to that was to file a motion saying we want the court to strike all of his witnesses, which is.
So he filed a witness list, and he's going to say all the people that was on the witness list, and he's going to go into what happened when he filed the witnesses. Now, again, if you just come into the room, my assumption, my theory and no pun intended, the balance theory just typed in the chat. My theory is, now that he sued UMG, all the protection that he had on him with maybe things that got put away, things that got buried, now that this appeal is up, it might be up for him. And the people that protect him, you know, the people that is going to get the money, that is up for him. So let's go.
That's not even something that's legal or that you could do. You have to itemize who you want stricken. You just can't shotgun approach and say, I want all of his defense witnesses stricken. But the state attorney
So what he's saying is that he filed a witness list, and the state's attorney said you can't have no witnesses. That's what he just said.
did that. In a hearing that I had to defend, myself to that in that motion, the court didn't grant that, but the court instructed me to file a pleading, which was the nexus in my defense witnesses and what nexus they had to my theory of defense, which I argued was inappropriate because at the end of the day, you're ordering me to give the state a blueprint of what my defense is going to be. But I was ordered to do it, and I did it.
So again, that's a grounds for an appeal, because he's saying that they wanted him to do something that would know how he was going to play his cards with his clients, which wasn't right to do, but he did it anyway because they told him to do it. So that's grounds for an appeal right there.
When prior to
All right, we don't need no commercials, so we're going to mute this really quick. Going to let this play. Let the commercial play. We'll skip, then come back.
Mr. Onfroy, which I'll refer to him as X for this interview because his stage name was XXXTentacion, which was the victim in this case. Prior to him being murdered, he had posted on Instagram, if anybody kills me, I'm snitching right now. It's Champagne Poppy.
Whoa, that's crazy right there. Prior to him being unalived, he blamed dude. I'm snitching right now. So this dude was supposed to, like, I don't know what you do in that situation. You make a public statement, you do something. Instead, watch what he does, like a bumbling idiot. But that's crazy, though. Watch what he does.
I'm paraphrasing, but something to that effect, right? So imagine the decedent said prior to his death,
wow,
if anybody kills me, it's Champagne Poppy, which is Drake's Instagram name.
Wow.
I laid out in extreme detail all of my defense witnesses list, which included many rappers, because at the end of the day, the victim in this case was a rapper. He had feuds, ongoing public feuds with not only.
So we had a lot of situations with a lot of people, and he named all the rappers that could have been involved. But he said, if anything happens to me, I know it's Champagne Poppy.
Only Drake, but a lot of rappers that are either signed to OVO or related to Drake in some way, including 600 Breezy,
wow,
which is a Chicago-based rapper, and a rapper that's from Toronto by the name of, he goes by Top 5, which is Hassan Ali.
Now look, no funny stuff. It's public record, so I'm not saying nothing that you don't know. Top 5. That bozo was just on the internet, remember a few months ago, talking about he got released, and he said he was Drake's clapper. Y'all remember that? He said he would get at Kendrick for Drake. That same bozo, Top 5, got on the internet and said he gonna get Kendrick for Drake. I don't know if y'all remember that. That's public record. I ain't saying nothing that he didn't say. But he did say that. So now in this situation, you being named again, these dudes are stupid.
The rapper, he had feuds, ongoing public feuds
These dudes
with
are
not only
stupid.
Drake, but a lot of rappers that are either signed to OVO or related to Drake in some way, including 600 Breezy, which is a Chicago-based rapper, and a rapper that's from Toronto by the name of, he goes by Top 5, which is
Damn.
Hassan Ali.
Dummy.
And I had to lay that all out in detail. The court was fully aware of my theory of defense. Prior to that, I filed a motion to perpetuate the testimony of Livingston Allen, which goes by the name of DJ Academics.
Whoa, see? You want to be all in the middle? See, that's what I said. See, I didn't even know this. You want to be in the middle of all the Livingston? You want to be in the middle of all this street stuff and what's going on and slide for Vaughn and all this shit? What they start subpoenaing you. They start wanting to depose you. You start having to come to court. And what you think they going to do? What you think they going to do? Hold on. Let's go back because y'all got to hear that again. That's what I'm saying. People think all this shit is a game. He's calling out the names. People think this shit is a game. Let's go.
In detail, the court was fully aware of my theory of defense. Prior to that, I filed a motion to perpetuate the testimony of Livingston Allen, which goes by the name of DJ Academics.
Whoa.
Because DJ Academics was friends with X and had posted long YouTube, content regarding this beef. He actually posted.
See, they watch everything. Posted long YouTube videos. So them videos that dudes be making, breaking down lyrics and all of that, you just be doing the damn job of the damn fuzz. Pepita, I appreciate you. You just be doing a job for the fuzz. That's why I said, y'all could look at all that. Y'all could look at all of that shit and think it's cool. Dude's gonna start going to the can behind all this and been going to the can, but let's go.
YouTube saying that he was on the phone with X discussing the issue and the beef that he had with Drake. And specifically, X had either said or posted something about Drake's mom, and he had posted a picture of a Drake lookalike with semen on his face. And he wanted DJ Academics to post it on his own site, and he said, I'm not going to do that. And in that conversation, DJ Academics says that you better be careful because even though, like...
Oh, better be careful because of what? Let me let this play real quick. Let me get these ads up out of here real quick. We've got a few seconds. Okay.
Gangster, you may be pushing him.
Whoa,
as a reaction,
see?
Said or posted something about Drake's mom, and he had posted a picture of a Drake.
So basically, X messed with Drake's mother, and then messed with, kind of sex played him with some weird shit. And he tell him he ain't no gangster, but you pushing him. See?
Drake lookalike with semen on his face. And he wanted DJ Academics to post it on his own site. And he said, I'm not going to do that. And in that conversation, DJ Academics says that you better be careful because even though, and I'm paraphrasing again, even though he's not a gangster, you may be pushing him.
So what happens now, because Academic has a big platform, when you going at somebody directly, the platform takes over now. Now the trolls, now all the people take over. So X is directly going at Drake. So when you say stuff like he ain't no gangster, but you might push him, what does an idiot do? Prove his gangster. But you got a gangster who's not a gangster, who's a rap gangster, who's an internet gangster, try to prove to somebody who's not a gangster, and then nobody really in these comments and all that be gangsters. But that's that slide for Vaughn that I talked about, that some people had a problem, but they could talk about it if they want to. Okay, let's go.
As a reaction to that conversation, X goes and says that he takes it out off the post off of his website or off of IG, and he says that his Instagram was hacked. I laid that out in my motion to perpetuate the testimony, which a motion to perpetuate testimony is when you have a witness that is relevant to your defense and that lives beyond the jurisdictional limits of the court, and that you feel that you're not going to be able to bring them into court. So I'm basically asking the court to allow me to go to California or wherever I have to go, depose this individual, and now with his deposition, if he...
So what they did was they laid down the reason of Drake being angry besides the disses, besides all that, what he just did was give motive for why Drake could be so mad. Playing with his mama, playing with other stuff. And you know, dudes do get mad, but when you get so mad and now you get tricked, hey, but let's go though. But he was saying now he wanted to depose Drake. Watch what happens.
He doesn't show up, I could use it in my defense or in my case in chief, right? So I did that, argued it to the court, and the court, in a reaction, basically said, I'm not going to grant your motion to perpetuate testimony. Just take his depo. Let's just take it. So, okay, fine. I set a notice of hearing, went and served Drake in his castle in Beverly Hills.
There's something that you mentioned, and I want to talk about this. So first of all, there was this deposition that was taken of XXXTentacion's mother, Cleopatra Bernard. She testified.
So they got a deposition from the mother. But watch what happens with the Drake situation.
That Onfroy had this ongoing feud with Mr. Graham, Aubrey Graham, Drake. She said this feud with Graham included throwing shots at Onfroy and lyrics from one of Graham's songs. You mentioned that controversial statement that he made, if anyone tries to kill me, it was Champagne Poppy. Yo,
that's crazy, right? That's crazy. Like all of this throwing shots. Like, look who's talking here. Like this ain't us. They not from our community. They don't look at the words that they use. Look at how look at how, you know, this all of this shit plays out in front of the world, and they not even from our culture.
Question I want to start with as we get into the Drake conversation. Were you arguing, or his appellate attorneys arguing that Drake was a part of this killing, that he was the one who did this? Or are you arguing that it should have just been allowed, you should have been allowed to present evidence to suggest there were other potential leads that law enforcement really didn't look at into this case?
Great question.
So again, what are exactly we suggesting? Are you suggesting that Drake had a part in it, or that just it wasn't looked into and it shows a sloppy investigation?
That was a great question.
Not a fair trial.
That was a great question.
Well, in the brief and in what I was arguing in court is the latter. We are a defendant has every right to defend himself and to show reasonable doubt wherever it may be, and to fully investigate and articulate to a jury an alternate shooter defense or an alternate, a defense where someone else, committed this crime. Am I going to?
So again, their grounds is saying that, yeah, he might have had something to do with this, but this had something to do with this too. So basically, if I'm going down, this shit bigger than Nino Brown, take everybody. Why is he getting left out? Because he could have something to do with this somehow. And that'd be grounds for an appeal, because you just saying, yo, no, it was just you. But he like, yo, but we tried to show you the whole round robin of everybody that might have something to do with it. But you single an individual out, or individuals in this case, because at that time, dude was protected, in my opinion.
Sit here and tell you that Drake was holding a gun or Drake, but the facts as they are stated by X's own mother,
wow.
Is that she knew about the beef with Drake and with Migos. She knew about the violence between Migos and her son, where there was a violent episode. She knew about 600 Breezy, which is a known admitted gang member from Chicago, going to South Florida and posting on social media saying that he's blicked up, which means that I have a gun.
See that? See how they get our terminology and our slang? You go to Florida and say I'm blicked up and put it on the internet? Goodness gracious, y'all not smart. You blicked up and you posted it on the internet?
And she was concerned about it. She testified in the depo that she discussed it with her son. She testified that the reason that she wanted additional security with him the day he died was because of this beef with Migos and everything that we're discussing. So it was relevant. And for many months during the trial, January, February, even February 7th of 2023, the judge is agreeing with me. Okay. Now,
wow. So he's saying the judge was saying, it's good, it's okay. We're going to help you in your right. Now watch what happens.
The moment and a hearing, he goes ahead and Drake hires after the judge enters a rule to show cause, basically saying a purge date. You have to appear for depo on this day, or I'm going to do a writ of bodily attachment.
So he was gonna get depo, which is short for deposition. Drake was gonna get deposed and questioned in this situation. Watch what happens.
He then goes and hires Brad Cohen, a friend of the show, friend of mine as well, an excellent attorney. And Brad.
See, look at that. Did he hire? So he says, a friend of the show, an excellent attorney. Now, I'm going to play it again, but I always want y'all to know, defense attorneys, prosecutors, judges, all of them know each other. Many of them went to school together. Many of them are friends. Many of them passed the bar together. Many of them went to college together. Many of them are in little secret societies, secret fraternities together. So a lot of times when he say Drake went and hired, did Drake hire them? Or did UMG hire him? That's what I'm questioning.
Brad files several motions, motion to quash the subpoena, and he files a motion for protective order.
Mm-hmm.
We go back and forth, and the judge says, and the first time that Brad shows up to court, he says, you know what, I'm gonna quash the rule to show cause.
Let's mute this sound and then skip it again. Shout out to them. They made a lot of money off this video. $500,000.
And figure out when this step files a motion for protective order. We go back and forth, and the judge says, and the first time that Brad shows up to court, he says, you know what, I'm gonna quash the rule to show cause. He's hired counsel. You guys can communicate and figure out when this step was gonna happen.
Okay. Supposed to be deposition.
We go back and forth. We can't agree to it for various reasons, and I'm not gonna get into settlement negotiations
Sure.
on the show, but we can't agree. We go into court February 24th, I believe, on his motions. At that time, James Beard, which is the process server that served Drake.
So Drake was served. Drake was served. Let's listen to what happened in that serving.
Appeared as a witness, and I wanted to show video that he took of the actual attempted service, where it shows Drake's bodyguards or the people that are in front of his house refusing to cooperate. It showed one of Drake's employees kicking the subpoena down the road that leads to his mansion.
Wow.
And the judge didn't allow me to show that.
Wow. See, tried to serve him. Said the bodyguard kicked the subpoena down the road. So he never was served. It was an attempt to serve him, but people intervened on camera, and he wanted to show that, listen, we tried to serve him. We have evidence, and the judge didn't allow him to show the evidence.
Despite not allowing me to put forth that evidence, the judge did a 180 from telling me to figure it out, coordinate it, take the depo, did a 180, told me, why are you involving him? Granted the motion for protective order, granted the motion to quash my subpoena, allowed Mr. Cohen to argue California law without having a California expert there.
Wow.
And basically kind of chastised me about, why are you bringing them into it? And
so what happened was, even though he had a reason, because the deceased said if anything happened, he had something to do with it. So the back and forth, the reason why it might have happened, even though the kid said he had something to do with it, and they was moving on, hey, let's grab everybody up. Let's grab academics up. Let's grab Migos up. We have a lot of people. Let's grab Drake up. Somehow, some way, he said, okay. Then he said, no, it's not okay. Why are you bringing him in it? And then took all the reasoning for bringing him in it away.
As a matter of fact, we had taken the deposition of one of X's relatives regarding this beef, and she denied it. And the court said in open court, even his relatives said that it didn't exist. And I said, yeah, well, she's lying because the whole world knows about this beef.
Right. So somehow they got to one of X relatives, and she said there's no beef, and they believe that. Although y'all all knew about the beef, because I'm gonna be real with you, I didn't really know about it because I never really listened to X like that, and I'm not really a big Drake person musically. I listen to scattered songs, but then now all the people was like, there is no beef, even though the mother knows about it, y'all knew about it, and he said it. X himself said it. Obviously, y'all all knew. So this is crazy. So now the court's saying there was no beef. His even own family said there was no beef. That's crazy.
For her to sit here and say that she didn't know about it it's on her credibility.
Wow.
So despite all of this, he does a 180. He not only grants the motion for protective order, basically saying that I can now serve him again.
Okay.
And it quashes the subpoena, but the state attorney, sensing there's blood in the water, says, Judge, I'm going to renew my motion to strike all his witnesses.
Wow.
Okay?
So striking all his witnesses mean that he can't have Drake call him as a witness. He can't. All his witnesses means Academics, Migos, 600 Breezy, and Drake. If he wanted to call those people. Now he's saying strike all his witnesses. This is crazy.
Or tennis, no notice. And he says,
right.
I'm not going to do that, but I am going to strike Mr. Graham.
Oh, so he's... He said you could call other people, just not Drake. You heard that? Whoa. See, nah. This thing bigger than Nino Brown. So again, I believe him suing them people, he was protected, but him suing them people, it's about let's see what happens now. Because now dude why is he putting out now that all of this happened? He could have, this went up November 29th. So he said, I'm not going to squash all your witnesses. You can call whoever you want, just not him. Why is that? Let's go. Let's see him say it again.
Judge, I'm going to renew my motion to strike all his witnesses, okay? Or tennis, no notice. And he says, I'm not going to do that, but I am going to strike Mr. Graham.
Whoa.
So he struck in the middle of the trial, he struck Drake from my witness list, which is completely inappropriate, considering the history of the case.
Wow.
Talk to me real quick about why you think the judge did this, because in the appellate brief, and correct me if I'm wrong, there is an accusation that the court might have been biased because of Drake's celebrity status.
Yeah.
Correct me if that allegation is wrong. And in your opinion, why do you believe the court ultimately wouldn't allow the deposition of Drake?
I'll say that Judge Usong was a complete gentleman to me, and it was a pleasure to try the case in front of him. I do think that he made various reversible errors, and I think from the beginning he made a lot of calls that were unconstitutional, not legal.
Wow.
This being one of them. I don't want to speculate as to why, but when you're dealing with someone like Drake, which he's not a celebrity, he's a super celebrity.
Yeah, see, that it hit a little different because now you bring him to your court and now you got a circus. Now you got a deposition, you got a circus. Some people don't want to do that. They be like, these N-words did it. What we calling Drake for? And I'm not saying Drake should be called, but again, based off of what was going on. For example, right now, if I go on here and I say XYZ about somebody, that's why if you ever notice, I never will because I don't think stupid. A lot of times when I get into so-called issues with people that have an issue with me, I never threaten them. I never say, I'm going to do this and do that, because that shit is forever. Amir Prescott says, Baca got a weird case. Why is he around certified lover boy, certified PD? Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? So think about it. Thank you for your support too. Think about it, right? So you say something. So if the person that I said something about falls on black ice tonight, they gonna come get me. So, and it is alleged, because I wouldn't know. This is what the audience was saying on different things. throughout his Scorpion album, throughout different things, he was taking shots like, you know, and Drake in his raps, I don't know if it's just a bravado thing, but he says stuff about, you know, y'all didn't want no smoke. He talked like, I'll let him go though. I'll let him go.
He's like in the stratosphere of fame. So when a judge does a 180 like that, I'll let the viewers or other people figure out why they think that it happened.
See, there he go. See what he did. Now, this what he did as a smart attorney. I'll give him this. He didn't diss the judge. He never disrespected the judge. He said the judge was fair. He made errors. And why do you think this happened? I'll let y'all think it. So this is why I'm making this video. This is why we think what we think. He not saying, oh, he was biased. He said, I'll let y'all figure it out. That was excellent attorneying, if I must say so myself.
Gentleman to me, and it was a pleasure to try the case in
See
front
what he
of him.
said? Look.
Why you think the judge?
He was a gentleman to me, and it was a pleasure. He did all the right shit that he's supposed to say as far as the judge, because you might have to see that judge again. So he didn't disrespect the judge. So the thing that he says, how he feels, he let us be the judge in that situation about he let us be the judge of what we think. He didn't say nothing, and that was brilliant right there. Brilliant attorneying, I must say so.
Judge did this because in the appellate brief, and correct me if I'm wrong,
he's gonna big the judge up. Didn't diss the judge because you might have to see the judge again. He didn't call him biased. He didn't call him none of that.
That allegation is wrong, and in your opinion, why do you believe the court ultimately wouldn't allow the deposition of Drake?
I like the way his answer.
I'll say that Judge Usan was a complete gentleman to me, and it was a pleasure to try the case in front of him. Yep. I do think that he made various reversible errors.
See?
And I think from the beginning he made a lot of calls that were unconstitutional.
He stayed in his case.
This being one of them. I don't want to speculate as to why, but when you're dealing with someone,
don't want to speculate.
He's not a celebrity. He's a super celebrity. He's like in the stratosphere of fame. So when a judge does a 180 like that, I'll let the viewers or other people figure out why they think that it happened. But I'm not gonna speculate as to why it happened. But
see, he didn't say what he think it is. He said, I'm not going to speculate. I'm going to let y'all decide why y'all think it happened. And this is what brings us here today. This is what we saying, like, yo, hold up. How you had all these rulings, now you don't got these rulings. Who's making the calls? Again, Drake is an individual who we know is protected because he's a moneymaker. What did I tell y'all before? He is a manufactured, created player, and a lot of people eat off of his music, his talent, his content. A lot of people getting fed. So when we start seeing deals in upwards of 400 million and all of this, that's a lot of people eating, a lot of logos on there. That's why he's always been protected. That's why he's navigated in this space the way he did. So what's happening now is he's revealing that y'all speculate why y'all think it happened. But let's go.
No, I get that. I get that. I do want to ask you about this because this is another part of the appeal. And that is with respect to the testimony of this gang expert, which was excluded in a pretrial hearing. And the defense, my understanding, wanted to call Jesse De La Cruz, who they had claimed, discovered visual evidence that Drake could have had ties to the same organization as a co-defendant in this case, Robert Allen. And I believe the brief states, Dr. Cruz's research revealed photos of Mr. Graham throwing the same gang signs as Allen. And Allen is that a...
See, when you when you online and you doing all types of twisted shit with your fingers, it come back to you because you might do this and it ain't nothing, but then said homie put in some pain and they want to blame you for that. They be like, yo, why y'all doing the same thing with your hands? Coming up in the culture, let me tell y'all something. Real street dudes did not like pictures. Real street dudes did not like videos. When I first got into doing what I was doing in 2005, it was hard as hell to get dudes on camera. talking about anything. They didn't want to talk about it. Wasn't because it wasn't the street. Like, yo, I ain't saying nothing. It's down the third. So times have changed. The way dudes would get on camera and talk now. Early on, dudes would not get on camera and say nothing. They wouldn't get in no picture, nothing at all. And I'd be like, yo, nah, it's for a DVD. Like, they'd be like, oh. Now they showing you what their affiliation, they showing you what gang their affiliation, where they from. At one point, yo, it was difficult to get dudes to say anything. They would be rappers and wouldn't even say nothing about they rap. They man, I have a mask on, all type shit. Now, dudes want to be all in the videos. Here we go.
Accomplice who I mentioned before who testified against his co-defendants. But Cruz also revealed that people who knew Drake were allegedly seen in XXXTentacion's neighborhood threatening him before he died.
Wow.
The brief reads, social media posts showed these same known Graham associates were seen in Onfroy's neighborhood threatening him just prior to the murder. And
see? Get spooky. They talking about his affiliates was in his neighborhood threatening him. See? Let's go through that again. I was running my mouth.
throwing the same gang signs as Allen, and Allen is that accomplice who I mentioned before who testified against his co-defendants. But Cruz also revealed that people who knew Drake were allegedly seen in XXXTentacion's neighborhood threatening him before he died.
See?
The brief reads, social media posts showed these same known Graham associates were seen in Onfroy's neighborhood threatening him just prior to the murder. And then they say even more revealing is this connection that Cruz made to Drake's song lyrics, because shortly after XXX was killed, the brief writes, Mr. Graham released a song entitled XXX with suspicious lyrics. SMS XXX, that's the only time I shot below the neck.
This nigga is cooked. This nigga's gonna be an order of hairy chicken wings and french fries now. Your dumbass rapped that after he got killed? You stupid motherfucker. You stupid motherfucker. You stupid motherfucker. Yo.
Oh my goodness. Oh, let's go back. Oh man.
Were seen in Onfroy's neighborhood threatening him just prior to the murder. And then they say even more revealing is this connection that Cruz made to Drake's song lyrics, because shortly after XXX was killed, the brief writes, Mr. Graham released a song entitled XXX with suspicious lyrics. SMS XXX, that's the only time I shot below the neck. And Dr. Cruz found another connection between the murder and Drake's lyrics in the song I'm Upset. The song I'm Upset contains lyrics regarding Louis bags for body bags, the implication there being that Drake was referencing murder. But ultimately, Cruz was completely excluded from the trial, and the jury did not hear any of his findings.
So again, that's a case for an appeal, because they had specialists coming in and different people coming in, making the Drake connection, and boom, they got kicked out. Now, again, I didn't know none of this stuff because I never take dudes serious when he rapping on some tough shit. If I don't like, I'm gonna be real with y'all. When it comes to Drake's music, if I don't like the beat, I don't listen to it. Straight up. Because when he start rapping and he start getting into the, what an album you do, that shit just sound like, all right, I'm off that. But yeah, this nigga's order hairy chicken wings and french fries. Nigga gonna get cooked. If the protection is off, which I think the protection is off.
Mauricio, I have that right. And can you can you emphasize that a little bit more? Can you explain that a little bit more?
Yes. Okay. So, Dr. De La Cruz.
I think
If the protection is off, this nigga's hairy wings and rice. If that protection is off, like I think,
That's your ass, Mr. Postman.
everything that you've stated regarding
And there being that Drake was referencing murder.
That
But
show-
ultimately, Cruz was
Yes,
completely
Mr.
excluded from the trial,
Postman.
and the jury did not hear any of his findings.
Hold up. Where Academic's big ass mouth at now? I bet you he ain't talking about this. His name all in it. Where your big ass mouth now? You got everything to say about everything. Don't get quiet now. Don't be eating beef patties with cheese and cocoa bread and Henny now, nigga. Where that big mouth at now? Go live. I think. Where that at now? Yeah. We could do what you do. We could sit here and live and react to shit and type. This that real shit though. We ain't playing.
Mauricio, I have that right. And can you walk?
Let's go.
Can you emphasize that a little bit more? Can you explain that a little bit more?
Yes. Okay. So Dr. De La Cruz did proffer to the court everything that you've stated regarding the song lyrics, the fact that Drake was throwing gang signs that were the same gang signs that Allen was throwing up in different social media posts. The court.
Which I'm gonna be real with you. I don't think Drake is gang affiliated. I think he's a cosplayer and a wannabe. But I don't think he's gang affiliated or a part of a real actual gang. I think he'll be like, what's that thing you did with your hands? And he'll look and see somebody do something and be like, oh, let me do that. So I don't really think he's I don't really think he's really a part of no gang. I think he's a wannabe. But sometimes when you're a wannabe, it backfires on you too.
Strikes Dr. De La Cruz, which is a known gang expert and well known in his field, has testified over 150 times in trials.
Damn.
They allowed the state.
So they brought an expert in who testified over 160 times. They didn't take his testimony? This dude was protected.
To put their own gang expert, Detective Polo, which really bolstered a lot of what Dr. De La Cruz said regarding the necessity to bring out this testimony. I don't believe that it, based on Daubert, which is the case that we look at when analyzing whether an expert is if it's appropriate for an expert to testify. I don't believe that was a legal call. I think it was error for him to do that and not allow us to put forth that testimony. And we put up pictures of Drake with Lil Wayne throwing up a Bloods gang sign.
Okay.
And other.
But see, let me be honest with y'all. And I'm going to be cool because you know where we at. You know how they do me. Some of these things that they doing is that B. Some of that when they do it like this, that's for them folks. And that's all I'm going to say. So we might look at it and think it's a B, but when they do it like this, you've seen some people do that. That's all I'm going to say. Don't type it in the chat. No, they already got me. I don't want to get got again. But you know, look, when they do this, it looks like it's that. You know what that is and who does that as well. That's all I'm going to say, but don't type it in the chat. Just what they used to say in kindergarten, just put on your thinking cap and leave it there. Just leave it there. So they might look and say, hey, that's a B. No, it ain't. It's that. We know what it is. So just keep it moving.
Other evidence that Drake is out there flaunting gang ties. We put forth evidence of Hassan Ali, which is top 5,
That
out
idiot.
there openly claiming on social media and video that he's Drake's shooter.
See, I said that earlier. See, yo, listen, everything you say on the internet doesn't go anywhere.
And part of the theory of defense is to show, listen, even though these people are entertainers, okay, there's a gang related portion of it. There's a gang related side to it. And
the deadline is approaching.
Man, they eating off this video though. All these ads, they eating.
X's own mother testified that she knew about this, that she knew about when 600 Breezy traveled from wherever he was, whether it's Chicago to South Florida. She knew
Dumbass.
about it. She talked to him about it. So this case had more.
How much clout chasing you got to be on to travel from Chicago all the way to Florida, then get online and show that you're there and I'm blicked up and all of that? Respectfully, and I'm going to be very, very respectful, as much respect as I can give. Dudes that do stupid shit like that, man, they don't even belong in society. That shit is stupid. I'm blicked up. That shit is stupid. Like that shit is just so dumb. What is, oh my goodness. I don't even know the sad shit about this thing that we in. I don't even know some of these dudes' music. I don't even know what they did. We be knowing niggas for who they dated. Remember at one point we used to know the women for dating rich men and all that. Now it's the dudes that be known for dating thoughts. I don't even know what the hell. This is just all a mess. But forgive me, some days I be feeling like sweeping up the mess. But remember, we used to know the women because she might have been dating Brad Pitt. But now the dudes be known for dating the chicks. The damn woman is more popular than you, because what the fuck do you do? What do you do? What is your job description? You a professional dater? But then you a crash, then you want to do this and do that. Goodness gracious.
Then ample evidence and ample reason to involve a gang expert.
To be clear, though, you were allowed to argue that someone else could have been responsible for this killing because you questioned, cross-examined Allen on cross-examination, suggesting that he had this link to Drake. But my understanding is you're arguing now that the trial court had put limits on your cross-examination of Allen, that violated your client's rights. Am I misunderstanding that?
No, you're 100% correct. But they did it not only with Allen, but they did it all throughout the trial.
Okay.
With Allen,
See, Fulio, I'm telling you, this kid gonna get an appeal. And
BBL Drizzy. BBL Drizzy. Woo!
yo, that protection is gone.
Allen admitted that his father, known drug dealer, known firearms dealer, as the brief states, produced at least one of the guns that was used in this. When I asked him about his father and ties to Toronto and drug dealing, the state objected, and the judge didn't allow that question.
Wow.
So it was a constant battle.
Wow, so he's saying Pop Duke is the one who gave us the burners, and he's like, so what is the connection between your pops and Toronto? Objection. Why you can't answer that?
For me to try and basically do my job and show where reasonable doubt existed.
Gotta hear that again.
No, you're correct.
See, that was big. That was big. A known arms dealer.
You're 100% correct.
So that means he told on his father, or his father must be incarcerated. But here we go.
But they did it not only with Allen, but they did it all throughout the trial.
Okay.
With Allen admitted that his father, known drug dealer, known firearms dealer, as the brief states, produced at least one of the guns that was used in this.
Wow.
When I asked him about his father and ties to Toronto and drug dealing, the state objected, and the judge didn't allow that question.
Why not though? Because he could say there is none. But they obviously said objection, and the state sustained the objection, right? Which is even deep, because if the kid had said, yo, if he had started answering and an objection was sustained, they would strike it from the record. So when they go back and they read the minutes and they want to read said kid testimony, it'll be gone. So although they heard it, days later, when it's time to deliberate, it'll be gone. They could hear it, but they can't use it because you can't use what you heard. You could only use what's in front of you. Crazy.
So it was a constant battle for me to try and basically do my job and show where reasonable doubt existed. With Allen, with Detective Curcio, the problem here is also that the state attorney, on direct of Detective Curcio, which was the lead detective in the case, she asked, "Do you have any information that Drake was involved in this?" And that was before the court struck him. So
Wow.
whatever the reasons may have existed, the moment that state attorney opens up their mouth and says that, now he's really at issue, because now
You're opening the
jury-
door. You're opening the door to that coming
Yes.
in.
Right.
Yes. And not only was it an issue of her mentioning it with Detective Curcio, but she asked him, you actually were able to verify whether or not Drake was in South Florida at the time. So in cross-examination, I asked, why would you have to verify if he was in South Florida? Why? Because he's a person of interest. And then I had to further ask, well, what did you do to, and I'm paraphrasing, what did you do to figure out whether he was in South Florida? He says, oh, my partner checked social media.
Wow. Yeah. So again, at the end of the day, this kid, we ain't letting him off the hook like you ain't do nothing. They're just trying to say homie might have had something to do with it. But instead of you finding out where he's at, you check social media?
So then I said, okay, so in a homicide case, the best that Broward Sheriff's Office has for a jury is to peep his Instagram.
Why would people
so
peep
it was
his
basically
Instagram?
breaking down the poor job that BSO did in their investigation and the tunnel vision that they had, and the fact that none of this was in the report. So you felt it important enough to check and verify whether or not he was in South Florida, but you never memorialized it in your report, and I'm not allowed to ask about it.
Wow.
Well,
Why? See, that's crazy though. You're not allowed to ask about it, but they brought his name up. But then when he want to ask about it, you're not allowed to. But then when you say, "How do you know if he was there or not?" Oh, we checked the gram. That's fucked up. Yo, that's fucked up. Yo, we checked the gram.
He also testified, Detective Curcio, that he learned that Onfroy, XXX, had been attacked by members of Migos, right? Migos is the rap group that's associated with Drake. Was that came in, and again, you weren't able to expand upon that?
Not only did that come in, but when I asked him in cross-examination, isn't it true?
But do y'all know what was the beef with XXX and Migos? Why they putting Migos with Drake? Were they taking up for Drake? So do y'all know in the chat? Could y'all fill me in? Because I don't know. What was the Migos issue with XXX? What was the issue? Was there an issue? Because they're saying the Migos affiliation with Drake. They was affiliated with Drake. I know they did he jumped on Versace. That's all I know. Because again, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm out the loop when it comes to some of these dudes' music, and I actually like the Migos. But again, I see Drake name. That's like listening to a Birdman verse or something like that. No, for real, it's really that bad for me. So sometimes I'll listen to something. What is Migos affiliation with this? I'm confused. Maybe y'all know. Could somebody fill me in? Could somebody tell me? Because I really don't know. You know what I'm saying? They thought of signing at one point. Yeah, I didn't know that he had beef with the Migos. 600 Breezy put it out there. They had a fight with X. I know we know that, Jamal. But what is the affiliation with Drake? Okay, Kingdom United TV says nothing. They was riding with Drake because, so they was on Drake's side in the public's eyes? So, okay. So it said somebody claiming to be Migos did that. All right, so what does that have to do? All right, so if they flipped on XXX, right? We could the Migos had nothing to do with the attack. See, it's various things. Did they do it or didn't they do it? I don't even. So this is what people are thinking. People are thinking because they was cool with Drake, they flipped on X for him. This is what the correlation they're making? Is that what the general public believes? So it said it was a gang called Migo Gang. They were not associated. Wow. I guess I gotta do some research on that part because I didn't really I didn't even know the correlations. So Art is Magic says they had nothing to do with it. Let's hear what the lawyer says. Let's go.
True that the first time that the name Migos comes out in this case was a month after the murder in the first conversation that you yourself had with the cooperating co-defendant Alan. He didn't remember. I had to refresh his recollection, and right there in the transcribed conversation.
If you or a loved
So people saying it's a video. So I don't know what to believe, man. That's why sometimes I can't stand the internet, but I'm going to do my own research and figure it out myself because I want to know that.
Showed that Alan, the cooperator, said the name Migos in the first conversation that they had. So it basically showed that I wasn't making this up. Like I'm not creating it. The facts were there before I even ever alleged their involvement or filed a motion in court. They're checking to see whether or not Drake is in South Florida. That was years before I mentioned it. Mm-hmm. And Alan is saying is talking about Migos to the lead detective a month after the murder. This is years before I filed anything regarding my theory of defense. So it was just to show that this is part of the case.
Right. And the argument is that your client didn't get a fair shake, didn't get a fair trial because you couldn't expand upon this and introduce.
So yeah, his grounds for appeal is saying that they couldn't he couldn't defend him properly because he had a lot of situations that he couldn't and put in there. But I'm not going to show the fight right now. Yeah.
I want to move quickly past Drake and ask you a couple different questions about this appeal.
Okay, so he want to move past Drake. This is where I exit and we talk now. So people, what do you think? Do you think Drake is in trouble? Do you think the protection is going to be pulled away? Do you think
that's your ass, mister?
Baby L Drizzy.
What do y'all think? Do you think because of the timing, the lawsuit, he took a L publicly? This nigga's having a horrible year, right? Like, shit, I knew this motherfucker's on death row that probably had a better year than this dude. So let's say the timing. He takes on Kendrick. They change his name to Don't Rap Against Kendrick Ever. So he takes on Kendrick. He loses. But then later on, he files this lawsuit. Now, y'all got to remember, he's taking on a giant, somebody that Kanye openly said, because if you look at the old Kanye footage now, Kanye is saying, yo, they was botting the Lucian Grange dude is his daddy. They protect him. They was saying all that. Kanye was saying all that, right? So now, when we look at the situation, when you going against the giant, a la what Diddy did, because all that Diddy shit been public record. But then out of nowhere, I don't want to say all of it's been public record. I was saying let's say it was speculation. It was speculation because look at the year Diddy had. The Keefe D thing, the Cassie, the lawsuit, the arrest, all that shit just happened out of nowhere. So my thing was, if everybody knew this about this man, the Cassie thing wasn't new, the Dawn Richard thing wasn't new, the baby oil, how ironic is it that out of nowhere, when you suing a giant, a big corporation, now here we go. Because remember, he sued under the thing of racism, and you suing them you suing the yacht companies. You know these yacht companies need us. So if you sue under the guise of racism and you win a lawsuit, you have the power to hurt their business. Your ass gotta go. So if you got any dirt under your fingernails, you got a booger in your nose, you got any booger sugar in your back pocket, you did anything you ain't had no business doing, that's when they say, hey, let it go. Uncover it. Because remember, you can't sue your handlers and your protectors. Y'all don't find it weird that and I need them likes up too. We got almost 800 people in the room and 250 likes. Could you please hit the like button, please, so this video can go out and get recommended on different channels and stuff. I work hard over here, man. All I need y'all to do is hit that thumbs up button. It don't cost you nothing. It is free 99. If you ain't gonna do no super chat, you ain't gonna send no cash app, but please hit the like button. That's all I ask. Don't just sit here and watch me put in all this work and do this and you can't hit like. That's all I ask for. Please hit the like button. So the Diddy, like I am Aboriginal said, the Diddy parties was not new. None of that shit was new. But it's like, okay, you want to play? Spank them. And then pow. All of this whole Diddy shit. And then we just like, damn. We all saying, damn. It's like one thing after another, after another, after another. They knew already. But the lawyers for these said corporations be protecting them too. They all down together. They lawyers is we all a part of the company, right? So now that this takes place, all the stuff starts coming out to where Diddy gets arrested. In a million years, would you ever think Diddy would be in jail? Just really think about that. Did you think Diddy would be in jail? So now, we hear right now, we see right here, Tim Mack, I appreciate you. We hear right now, right? So we see Drake. We see Drake. He take on Kendrick. He loses. From day one, Academics was putting out there that Drake bought it. Pay attention to the storyline. Academics was saying that first. Where'd Academics get it from? He said he bought it, right? Nobody wants to believe that Kendrick bought it. My bad. He didn't want to believe that Kendrick did so well and the popularity is what it is because, he got that funny voice, he do all this. We couldn't believe that, people really fucking with this shit. He united the West Coast. All these dudes is together. They doing peace treaties and all that now. He's really on some West Coast shit, right? And then now out of nowhere, Kendrick is number one. Not only could Academics not believe it, Drake couldn't believe it because the people who allegedly manufacture his shit and manufacture and boost them numbers allegedly, boosting his shit. So now he got to cry foul. He got to say, you cheated, in my opinion. Allegedly, you cheated. You know how I know you cheated? Because I know how they cheat. I know how they cheat. And y'all cheated because y'all wanted me to lose because I'm up for renegotiation. I'm up for renegotiation of these deals. And this is something Academics said. Because Academics is so crashing out so bad, he's up to calling Kendrick a fuck nigga and all that shit publicly. Like, that fuck nigga, Kendrick, fuck. Like, why he a fuck? But anyway, so now Drake is up for the renegotiation. He got his ass kicked. He got his drawers kicked in his ass, side-footed way. Public opinion ain't looking good. He released 100 gigs and everybody like, I don't give a fuck if it was 200.
300 or 400. Fuck your gigs, nigga.
So it's looking weird. It's looking weird. UMG is like, if we gave you 400 last time, we ain't giving you 6. We not giving you 6. You might get a deuce. So now he's saying, oh, nah, y'all cheated. Because I know how y'all cheat. And y'all only cheated to fuck me off because y'all don't want to pay me. I'm looking into suing y'all. And they like, oh, you want to shoot me in the pinky toe? Open that up. Open that up. And we sitting there like, open what up? Don't help no more. You suing us? Us? Okay. Okay. Want to shoot me in the pinky toe? Okay. Okay, cool. So now what happens? Out of nowhere, dude is up for an appeal, which he probably was up for an appeal. And then all this information starts coming out. Amir Prescott, Diddy and Drake got too big for their britches. Thought they was down. See, again, man, like, so that's one of the things about, being down. It come a point where you ain't down, right? You could be married for 27 years and then 28 years. Somebody could look at you and say, I ain't love your ass in 20 years. This shit happens, right? So you can't never get gas. You can never get too comfortable. Don't get too comfortable. You hear that as a little kid. Don't get comfortable. And I ain't talking about in life. You could be laying down, sleep, drool, snoring. I don't know why you so comfortable. You be like, why I can't get comfortable? So what happened? They just start showing you. And I believe, in my opinion, this is just the beginning. Because for some reason, Kendrick took this on. And everybody backed him. Kendrick knows something we don't know. Now, in war, because y'all know I'm an excellent warrer with people. When people try to play with me, you see how I, surgically be breaking dudes down. When it's up, I'm going to break you down. That's easy. Kendrick took this on for a reason. Some people, peace to everybody, I see y'all say it. Kendrick took this on for a reason. And I feel like he got more ammo, like he not done. Like somebody sat him down and said, yo, this, and this. Because remember, they beef was about saying little facts about each other. What I notice about Kendrick, he's very strategic, and he leaves something, in my opinion, that's called clues and Easter eggs places. And then when you start putting shit together, you be like, oh, I get it now why he did that. Kendrick is very, very cunning, precise, and deliberate. I think Drake underestimated what he was really against. Drake took on a damn machine. He took on the machine. Nobody bigger than the program. I apologize for my new subscriber's name not showing because I made a mistake and I have this right here. So let me put this down in the actual, but shout out to my new subscribers. Make sure you subscribe if you're new here. Your subscription means everything to me. Your like means everything to me. Your comment does as well. So I really think this is just phase one. And like Wayne, this all started when Drake decided he wanted to defend Wayne against Pusha T. But if you notice, Wayne never defended Drake against Kendrick. Neither did Nicki. Nobody jumped out there against Kendrick. And respectfully, they're saying that Wayne tried to call Kendrick, and being that he didn't get Kendrick on the phone, he went in the booth. And the only person reporting that is Joe Budden. And respectfully, I fuck with Joe Budden, I fuck with his podcast somewhat. But my whole thing is, who said Joe Budden's a reliable source? That's what Joe Budden said. Let's just be honest. That's what Joe Budden said Wayne is replying. I don't know how much we could believe in that. Because Joe Budden just be saying shit sometimes. Joe Budden is saying Wayne is gonna reply. If it's cap, then what? Nobody ain't gonna say, yo, why you lie? Joe Budden is saying that. So it could be real, it could be cap, but all these reports that, yeah, Wayne said, no, Joe Budden said that. Nobody from Wayne camp confirmed that. Joe Budden said that. So stop with the blogs. Wayne is replying. Stop all that shit. That's what Joe Budden said. And, you know, we could believe him or not, but stop acting like he's a damn credible source. Because he said a lot of shit sometimes, and he just said shit. But anyway, so I want to know, why didn't nobody help Drake? I just really want to know that. You think about it. These Young Money, remember, we like girls, Atlanta gang too. Remember that shit? It was, you had Gutter, you had this little fake, what was the little fake Lil Wayne dude? You had Mac Main, who could freestyle real dope. I like Mac Main freestyle. He could freestyle dope. I seen him freestyle. You had the little Chucky ass nigga. You had little, what was his name? Lil Twist, Tiger. You had all these people that were so-called Young Money. Well, Drake ain't Young Money no more? I'm confused. I don't even know these dudes' relationships no more. I know he piped Wayne girl, so that right there is the ultimate betrayal. Out of all the women in the world, and we so-called outnumbered in many places, why did Drake pursue Wayne's girl? And niggas would never, ever get over that. I'm just being real with you. Richard Asante, I'm going there right now. I'm a little ahead of you, and you niggas never, never get over that. Out of all the chicks, you want to pipe mine? Oh, nah, I wanted to show she was disloyal. I know that already. So for you to pursue your man chick, even if it's a leftover, sloppy seconds, thirds, why? So think about it. I want to know why nobody stood with him. So now, Kendrick is out here wilding, and it's up. It's over. And let me be real with y'all, too, with the whole Jay Prince slow talking, fake ass deliberate threat shit. West Coast boys, they get money too. They get busy too. That shit don't always work. And I'm gonna be real with you. It's 2024, about to hit that 20 pound. Niggas ain't scared of nobody no more. So all that intimidation shit, I'm gonna be real with you, man. I don't really respect black people who only intimidate other black people. I'll just be real. I don't believe in the boogeyman. I ain't scared of no ghosts. Whatever gonna happen, gonna happen. If it's up for me, it's up for me. Seriously, but all these threats and all of these, slow, deliberate talk and all that, man, that shit is, nobody give a fuck about that. Because when you battling people who got just as much money as you have, okay. Because we know you're not going to be on the front line. You're going to be paying people. Okay. So when we sit here and we say who do this and who do that, that shit don't mean nothing no more. West Coast boys ain't playing. They get busy too. What did DJ Quick tell us a long time ago?
Oakland is just like Compton.
It's up all over. Where nobody care. Nobody's scared no more, nobody.
Detroit is just like Compton, fool.
We on equal playing ground now. Because real talk, you don't really have to go to Houston for nothing, but you gotta go to New York. You gotta go to LA. You gotta chill when you beefing with a New Yorker or you beefing with somebody from LA. You have to go there. Why? Because that's where the record labels are, and New York is the media capital of the world. And LA is second. That's the movie capital. So when you playing, why you think some of us from New York and LA, sometimes we'll call a stalemate on each other because we be like, yo, I gotta go out there. They gotta come out here. And it be up. It be up. So all that being scared of dudes and all of that, nobody's scared of nobody no more, man. Nobody's scared of nobody no more. And, a man who oppressed black people and extorted allegedly, I can't say he did all that, but a man who allegedly extorted black people and robbed black people and did all that shit, I'm not impressed about none of that shit anyway. Honestly. I mean, why do we celebrate people who hurt our people, but then say you're for the people? You can't stab someone and then try to help stitch them up. Just don't stab them. So that shit. Anyway. Could we get them likes up too? Again, almost 800, 900 people in the room and not enough likes. Could you hit the like button? And we need to stop celebrating them people anyway. And I think many people should live off their accomplishments. Let's say Jay Prince, for instance. He's a part of history, hip-hop history. He had Rap-A-Lot Records, who created and put out a lot of great content over the years that we loved and for the culture, and did great things in that front. So the fact that a man might be something out of a great executive that put out good music, I don't care. Because y'all know for me, I really care about the music. So who did what and who, that shit don't impress me. I'm from one of the craziest places on earth, Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. I done seen it all, and I ain't impressed by it. And it was stupid then, and it's stupid now. And again, I am ashamed to say that I partook in certain things, witnessed certain things, or was around certain things. That's why I don't glorify it, because it was dumb, young nigga shit. And I am no longer dumb. I'm not young, and I'm not a nigga, the mentality. So again, I ain't really with all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm for justice. That's why I started a platform. That's why I've always dealt with the underdog. That's why I've always let people that didn't have a voice before it was cool, before we were paying people to lie. But Drake, I'm interested to see what's going to happen in the future. I'm interested to see what's going to happen in this case. I'm interested to see what's going to transpire, and I'm interested in seeing how this plays out, because this is a lot of things. And again, he's innocent till proven guilty. He doesn't, we're not saying he has any affiliation. I'm not saying that he did. I'm saying that he was well protected by the lawyers. Now he's going against a conglomerate because let's just do let's put this in its proper perspective. The machines and the big conglomerates got all the greatest lawyers. Now, you can't hire a lawyer to go against them. Now, all the juice, they all the source. And we got to remember, too, these companies be owning just more than just record labels. We talking about Universal Music Group. Now we talking about movies. Now we talking about TV programming. Now we talking about music. We talking about streaming. We're talking about publishing. We're talking about a lot. We're talking about trillions of dollars. It's more than billions. We're talking about maybe a trillion or two or something like that. They don't. Your money ain't long enough, bro. Because if they could give you $600 million, what they got? Let's really think about it. Somebody could give you a deal for $400 million. What do they have? What is their worth? Because they're not going to give you more than the company. So when you try to take them on and depose them and look in their books, they like, nigga, okay. I'm glad you did that. You want to shoot me in the pinky toe? Okay. I'm glad you did that. So now what we're going to do, Marcus Wilson, fuck out of here. There's always going to be one of y'all. The most accurate in hip hop, you looking at them. Because I ain't going to talk about what I don't know, and I'm going to show you receipts in real time. And when it come to hip hop knowledge, when it come to hip hop culture and a hip hop historian, I ain't taking a backseat to nobody. I challenge anybody when it comes to that. But when I say this happened or that happened, if the own camp ain't saying it, who am I to say that that's happening? So I'm calling cap. And I could say shit that a nigga's capped on. Niggas capped. So cut it out. The most accurate. Do we do a good job on this podcast? Yeah. But let's not get stupid. Let's not conflate being a great podcaster with being accurate, with being the most accurate. No. How? How could a nigga be accurate if we watched him lie before? Could you be accurate if you lied before? Anyway, so let's see what happens. I'm interested now. Now I'm all in. Now I'm paying attention. Justice for this young man who lost his life at the end of the day. I hope homie is not trying to just get a get out of jail free card and blame people. But listen, man, you got to cover all ground in these situations. And again, when you take on Joe Budden, damn. Yeah, they said Joe Budden's the most accurate Marco Polo vision. Listen, let me explain something to you. Drake couldn't be having a worse year. Think about it. This nigga tried to do all types of shit. He did like put barrettes in his hair. Think about it. And I don't want to I'm gonna say it coded so y'all understand. It might have been a humili-riddy for him to do certain stuff, a humili-riddy. Y'all put it together. Do not type it in the chat. But it might have been a humili-riddy for him to do certain things. They could put barrettes in his hair, was painting his nails, doing all types of shit, and it still ain't enough. Because what the fuck would make you just put barrettes in your hair? And bobos and shit. And you know, he had them bobos that's in, I'm telling you, in that blue can. You know, the cookies, the Danish, what is they call the Danish cookies? This nigga had them types of shit in his hair and be taking duck lip pictures and shit like that. And you still lost? You showed them, all right, I'm not playing. I made a mistake. You did all that shit And then this nigga drops this G and X shit. And then he sells like 300,000 in a week. Goodness gracious. Yo, I really like Squabble Up. I like some songs on that album, the new Kendrick album. Let's say this too. We cannot front. I know that Kendrick is having a great year. I'm seeing a lot of people that they're in their feelings because he's having a great year. Everybody doesn't have a great year as an artist. He's having a great year. I see some of you artists that saying he's whack. I see it. You might get your turn one day. You might get your turn one day. You might not, but you can't get mad. Sometimes it's just not your turn. Kendrick is having a great year. Some of the music I like. I really like Whacked Out Murals. I just like sometimes I can't even get past that song. I love that record. I love the SWV sample. I like Reincarnation. But you can't say the dude is whack and all that shit. You can't do that. Dude is having a great year. And respectfully, he put on for his coast. So if you don't know the history of West Coast music, which is my favorite, I've been on record. My favorite rappers are from Philly, but my favorite genre of music is the West Coast sound. I feel like Drake doesn't understand that. He'll play everybody whatever's hot. Kendrick is doing that West Coast shit. And I love West Coast sounding music. That's why I love G Perico. That's why I love Mitchie Slick. They do that West Coast sounding shit that I love. That real West Coast shit that make you do shit with your feet that you don't know how to do. So Whacked Out Murals, I love that. I love G Perico, and I love Mitchie Slick music. So the fact that he's doing this down home West Coast shit, I get it. Put on for your coast, bro. Put on for yours because they showed out for you. Put on for them. I ain't mad. I ain't supposed to understand what he's doing if he's doing something for his coast. I'm from Brooklyn. I'm a Brooklyn dude. But I get it. So shout out to that West Coast sounding shit. I love it. I'm gonna be real with you. I love it. I always tell you, I love that West Coast shit. I love any of that funk sounding shit. I love any of them beats that sound. I love that West Coast sounding shit. I've always did, and I've never capped about that. Shout out to my homie Mitchie Slick. I love Mitchie Slick music. I love G Perico shit. G Perico shit been sounding like that for a long time. Shout out to my brother Glasses Malone. He been putting down like that too. So all y'all dudes doing that West Coast shit, I love it because when I go to the West Coast, I want to hear the West Coast. I don't want to hear I don't want to hear the Bay. I don't want to hear Atlanta. I don't want to hear drill. I don't want to hear none of that shit. And when I'm home, when I'm in New York, I want to hear New York shit. When I'm in Atlanta, I want to hear Atlanta shit. When I'm in Miami, shit, I want to hear some damn bass sometimes. I just like regional music. When I'm in Detroit, I want to hear that funky boom back swinging drums, Jay Dilla, Black Milk, Elzai shit. That's what I want to hear. I don't want to hear Atlanta on Hot 97. I like where I'm at. This is what the land sound like. So that's why I love when in Louisiana, if I go to NO, I want to hear that bounce shit. I want to hear I would say Kevin Gates, but I don't know. Kevin Gates is sus to me. I don't really want to like his music. And then he just one day, I was the whole time I done told. Nah, I ain't do that. But DC, I want to hear the go-go. I want to hear the go-go. Shout out to the go-go in DC. I saw a live go-go show. That shit kind of crazy. I ain't never really liked the go-go shit until I saw a show. I was like, that shit bring a lot of chicks out to the go-go. Seriously. Just like, I want to hear that boom bap shit. Shout out to Upstate. If it wasn't for Upstate, man, New York. Yes, I've been to Texas before. I want to hear that chopped and screwed. I want to hear chopped and screwed. One of my favorite Texas songs, and you know who my favorite rappers is for Texas? I know y'all love Scarface and all that. My favorite rappers and artists from Texas is Zero and Devin the Dude. Zero and Devin the Dude, that's my favorite. I know y'all love Scarface. Y'all love all them other people. Me, I love Devin the Dude. My favorite song he made is Almighty Dollar, and anything is plenty, man. I love anything at Almighty Dollar, and I love Zero. They got a song called I'm from Texas, bitch, I'm from Texas, with all of them on there. Fire. I know my regional music. I know different artists from different regions, and shit, I don't even smoke reefer, but Devin the Dude be like, damn, man, I feel high listening to this shit. Shit, I used to like, hey, in the middle of the barn. Yo, my God, I used to love that fucking record. When I first saw them, I was like, yo, this is that Chicago shit? Oh, shit. I love that group. Bone Thugs. I love regional shit. I like when we tap into different sounds, but when people, this is they new sounds now, nah. Shout out to Suave House too. I fuck with Suave House. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with Suave House. Michael 5,000 watts. But the screwed up click, I fuck with the screwed up click. Just keep it real. I fuck with the screwed up click. That was who I fucked with. You know what I'm saying? So again, I like when you go to different areas and you hear that sound. It reminds you of that. The food, the landscape. Now we go different places and it's like, where the hell am I? I'm in Atlanta, York. I'm in New Chicago. You know what I'm saying? I don't really be liking that. So that's why when the upstate dudes, the Rochester dudes, when the Buffalo dudes came, when the Syracuse dudes came into the culture, when they was coming with them hard beats and them boom bap, I'm like, damn, this shit is reminding me of what we used to do out here. Because everybody in New York always making some, you catch me in the club. And nigga, ain't no clubs in New York. It's all strip clubs. That's not our culture. So stop trying to make club records. Ever since 50 Cent did that fucking in the club shit, New York niggas can't stop making in the records in the club. You can carry, I'm in the club, I'm popping bottles. Yo, that ain't never been our shit. We always been niggas who stood on the corners in front of the stores and the projects and all that shit. Stop acting like y'all in the clubs. That shit is corny. Even when Jim Jones made Ballin', that was an accidental hit record. It was an accident. Nobody expected that. But when I hear shit like, I really mean it, the Dipset sound, the G-Unit sound, the Lock sound, that's what New York is supposed to sound like. What the New York's supposed to sound like. Seriously. But then Upstate took it. That's why you see everybody eating Benny, Spesh, West, Conway. You see everybody eating them all. Pause. Because they want that sound. Like, we got all these fucking New York producers, and they doing all this drill shit and all that. Well, get the fuck out of here. Let that shit is what makes Chicago dope. Then we got so bad in New York, we started doing fucking UK drill. Now, it was dope when some of them Pop Smoke beats was fire, though. I ain't gonna lie, Dior, that shit is fire. Listen. I can't even fry. I didn't even want to like Pop Smoke at first. Because they're like, welcome to after party. I was like, after party. I was like, what the fuck is this shit? But then I seen people reaction. I'm like, oh, y'all like that shit? Okay, cool. I didn't like Welcome to the Party. I was like, what is this shit? Y'all like this shit? But then when I said, Dior, I heard it was, I'm like, that's a reverse sound? that's kind of ill. I was like, yo, I fucked with that shit. I was like, yo, okay, he got his sound, but that's still UK drill. It's still from the UK. I don't really listen to that shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't listen to it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, I'm about the border. In respect for him, I see another young man who lost his life. Another young man who lost his life. So, yeah, Texas, everybody got their thing, man. When I go to places, I just want to go there and I want to feel that vibe. You know what I'm saying? I want to feel that vibe. I don't want to go somewhere and be like, I'm home. I don't want to go somewhere and be like, the fuck is what y'all doing out here? What y'all doing this shit for? No, I want to go places and be like, yo, shit, damn, I really feel like I'm in Texas. Look at their cars. Look at this. You know, I want to feel that. I don't want to go places and, yeah, you know, y'all copying somewhere else. And, you know, when you go to the Bay, they say that Oakland is a lot like Brooklyn. I want to feel like, damn, I feel like home. I like Philly. When Philly go to places, when you go to Philly and you see all these dudes and they rapping for like 2 hours straight, like, this nigga don't know what the fuck 16 bars is. You ever seen the Philly dudes rap? I love it though. Be like, this nigga don't know what 16 bars is. This nigga gave me an 89. You ever notice that shit? You ever go to Philly or you see the dudes in Philly rapping, you be like, this nigga don't know what bars are. This motherfucker just kicked. This nigga just kicked like an 89 barrer. You know what I'm saying? Everyone should be borrowing from each other's style that makes the best hip hop. No, it does not. That's said somebody who don't travel would say that. Somebody who don't travel would say that. When you go places, you want to feel what the town is about. If I want to hear New York shit, I don't got to go nowhere. I don't got to go nowhere. Why am I here in Chicago and the kids is everybody, all the young kids, and I love them. They my little dudes and everything, but they all rap like that. So I will say, yo, I had to listen to Chef G, Sleepy Hollow on them and say, damn, you know, little dudes is on to something. But at the same time, I'd be like, I gotta support them, and I can't shun them. Because at the end of the day, they little Brooklyn dudes. And one thing I'll never do with my youth from my town is shit on them. All you could do is guide them and say, yo, try this. Yo, you ever rapped on this type of beat? One thing that we do is the elder statesman in the culture. We just diss the little dudes. I don't ever want to do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't ever want to do that. I'd rather just listen to them and say, yo, imagine how he would sound if he had a boom bap beat. Imagine how he would do this. You know, that's what I like to do. Because again, they got next. Yo, it's over for some of us. So you don't diss them. Yo, I used to like Keek the Sneak, man. Oh my God, Keek the Sneak? He made me like E40, because I ain't gonna lie, I never really like E40. But when I heard that, tell me where to go, I'm like, yo, rest in peace to Mac Dre. I was listening to Mac Dre, Mac Mole, Mac Minister. I was listening to all that shit. I ain't gonna front. But that's not a part. Listen, it's not about copying. That's not the part of hip-hop creativity. I don't think you get what I'm saying. And if you don't get it, fine. I'm not trying to make you get anything. The point I'm making is that regions was important because that's when you went and you collabed with people because you wanted to mix the regions. Now the regions is all mixed. That's why Jay-Z could have a beat like Big Pimpin' and say, I need that Texas on it, and he'll get UGK. That's what it used to be. Now, there is no, let me get this audience. It's all so-called the same audience, and we have to be honest, it's been Atlanta dominating the music charts and the music sound for some time. That's just the truth. It's been Atlanta. So everybody's trying to recreate Atlanta, which is fine and it's cool, but we only got one Future. All the fake Futures done fell off already. Rest in peace to Rich Homie Quan, but we thought Type of Way was, we thought that was Future at first. Designer, he's spanking his monkey on the plane. So that made me say, damn, I gotta respect Pluto. I gotta respect him for that. They try to take him out. Because again, yo, it ain't no different people having to take turns. Atlanta has had it for the last 20 years. Ain't no turns. So when I see Kendrick winning, I'm happy because now the West Coast is getting some burn. That's what make me happy. And us on this part, in Brooklyn and New York, we don't let the little dudes shine and we don't groom them to be dope. We still waiting, we still celebrating, and respectfully, we still saying Jay-Z and Nas and 50 need to make an album. We motherfuckers 50-something years old, we expect them to fucking save New York after all they did. After all they did. We want 50-something-year-olds to do a Nas and Primo album. That's gonna save New York. Or Jay-Z. Come on, man. What about the young dudes? And I ain't gonna lie, the young dudes in New York has really been gatekept for a very long time. So what happened was the little dudes said, fuck all of them, and they did their own thing. That's why you gotta respect the A Boogies and all of that shit. Look, we still got the same. Let me tell you something. Respect the Flex. I don't got no issues and problems with Flex. But respectfully, if you've been in the position you've been in for over 30 years, you don't think something is wrong with that? And you don't got no understudy? You don't got no 27-year-old that you are teaching to take over when you decide to go away? Y'all don't think something wrong with that? And on the turntables, Flex is incredible. Don't get it twisted. As a DJ, he's an incredible DJ. I'm a DJ. And I'll give him his props on them turntables. But you don't find something weird that somebody's been in the same position for 30-something years? You don't think something's wrong with that? You don't think Cosmic Kev in Philly has been doing that too long? So again, how do you flourish if the older don't understand the young? Sometimes it's other people's turn. That's why when people come to me and they say, yo, I want to be a content creator, I just say, hey man, book a consultation with me. I'll give you the tools. Right in my description box is free information for everybody to have the exact same setup I got. I'm not doing nothing that I hid the plug. Look right. I'll show you again. I showed y'all the other day, but I know people don't read. Look at this. Show y'all something. Right in my description box, equipment I use on my show. This is my camera that I use. This is the sound card I use. This is the mic preamp. This is the mic. And these are the lights that I use. I didn't even hide the plug. Gave the plug away for free. But people that say, the culture, what people do, I gave you the plug for free. I didn't hide it. So people say, yo, how you do this? I give the plug away for free. People don't give people that shit. Ask one of these other dudes what they use. You get what I'm saying? So, shit. I feed off of great energy. I feed off of great interviews. I feed off of great content. It's just that, we in a space where content creators, they looking at the next man get more likes and views or whatever, and then they feel like they got to fight that. I don't feel like that. I feel like, yo, he do him, you do you got views or whatever. I don't give a fuck about none of that. Because my jersey already up there. What I got to worry about? What I got to worry about it for? I'm already etched in stone. Get what I'm saying? But yeah, man, y'all had me on here for 2 hours. I never do 2 hours. But I need to start doing more 2-hour shows. Shout out to y'all for listening to me. Hopefully y'all received the content that I gave y'all tonight. I've been off here for the past few days. I wanted to come on earlier, but I didn't. But I'm here. Oh man, listen, man. If you're not following the Instagram and the Facebook, I just want to show y'all something, man. I gotta show y'all this. Why is this on my own? I don't even know why. Anyway, just seen something disturbing. Listen, this Instagram steady moving. Let's see where we at, man. I told you I wanted to get to a buck. We over that buck now, man. We over that buck. We moving. So, yeah. And then, this is all the links. You could go into the thing, my link tree. This is everything that I do, my merch, my Facebook. And this is what I wanted to show y'all as well while we at it. So we at 128 on the Facebook, and we at 123 on the whatchamacallit. And we verified the page and everything, you know what I'm saying? So this is really me. So don't think this is somebody fake. We at 128 on here. I can show you the professional dashboard. We reaching over 50, 60 million people in a month. So, make sure you follow all of this, because it's up. Like I said, it's up. Like, oh, it did the right thing. So when I believe, damn, who told me that? Damn, bro, I forgot your name. You told me to correct the thumbnail. It corrected it. So yeah, this is what went here. So they know we live on this. The lights coming later, and then we got all of this. When you subscribe, I personally thank you. You know what I'm saying? Like it's up. So again, man, join what I'm doing over here. I just stay low and keep firing. I ain't in competition with none of these people. I ain't in competition. I just do me. Instagram, I got a lot of interviews already. I got a lot of interviews that I got to put out. And that's my bad. I just ain't been doing it. Let me be real with y'all before I go. This is very, very important. The holidays for some of us, it's not a sad time, but it's a time of reflection. And as you know, I got a lot of family members in the ancestral realm now. Around these times of the year, I want to go hard with the content, but then I be chilling a little bit. And like I said, yesterday was my brother's birthday. Holidays, I lost so many people that sometimes I just sit back and I think about the holidays, and I just be chilling. And then sometimes I don't want to deal with internet shit, because I go through a lot on the internet as well. So sometimes I just be chilling, and yeah. So I do have a lot of content to put out as far as interviews. That's my bad. But yeah. Yo, what the hell is irritating me? Yeah, so that's what that be. So a lot of times I just be chilling and, just reflecting and not even being upset, but, I be doing a lot of things to keep, my mental sharp. And sometimes it's get the fuck off the internet. truthfully, because for the most part, we fall in love or fall in hate with people's illusion. Sometimes we think people are living a certain life that they're not living. And sometimes we just gotta just chill, pick our spots. So for me, my release is the gym. I like to cook. I like to go for walks. I like to do different things. And that's the type of time I be on. So, the holidays has never really been a time of the year that I could say I've ever been happy in my life. Never. You remember at times sitting at a table, and you had all your family there. Some of us are displaced, don't really have the family we used to for different reasons, and some of us lost a lot of family. So, I just like to reminisce on good times and just chill and laugh and just do things that are going to keep me calm and relaxed. So, that's what it is. So, that's why sometimes I do, man, the content I got is crazy, but I got to do more. I got to put out more audio. Like I said, if you don't know, I'm on Pandora. I'm on different. All of that is in the description box. So if you get a chance one day, just go through the description box and just see I'm on Pandora. On the podcast, the audio podcast is on Pandora. I do a lot of this myself. Again, I don't have this big elaborate team. I'm not corporate sponsor. So your super chat. So I'm thankful for your super chat. I'm thankful for your cash apps. All the money that you give me goes back into this because I gotta pay for this. And as you know, I was demonetized for 6 months. So, yeah, for 6 months. So I'm, fighting a lot of shit. But, we do what we got to do. So I ain't trying to make y'all feel no way. But a lot of times when people be at me a certain way, they don't understand that I'm being reserved. I'm chilling to just keep this tight. You know what I'm saying? And that's really what it's all about, to just keep my mental shit. Because this internet thing is a lot more to it, a lot of shit to deal with, a lot of shit to cope with day in and day out. You know what I'm saying? So that's it. So I've been concentrating on building my social media pages because I got to build a deck for sponsorship. But I'm looking for water. I'm looking for more health and more health products and shit like that. Because I can't do no fucking liquor and weed and blue chews and shit. I take ashwagandha, black seed, and sea moss. So I don't need no blue chews. You know what I'm saying? Respectfully. I don't got no dysfunction in no place. So I'd rather get more health related shit. But it's been a little difficult because those companies don't think we indulge in that. And I'm not into fitness. I'm not a fitness channel. Even though, I exercise and I do shit, I'm not a fitness channel. So when you're not a fitness channel, they think you won't be a good brand ambassador for those type of things. So they don't really want to give it to you. They'll think, well, what are they giving it to you for? You're not going to bring, but they don't understand some of our reach. That's why hitting the like button is important. That's why commenting is important. That's why some of those things are important, because when they see, and I'm able to present these analytics to these companies, I don't have to push liquor to you. I don't have to push vaping to you. I don't have to push any of those things to you. I get to push water. But I don't want to push water. I want to get paid too. We ain't just going to say, hey, drink water. I get free water. No. We want to be sponsored the way these Bel Air and the Cirocs and all of them was giving dudes money and giving them liquor. I need some ones and I need some water. Because we drink water. And then and respectfully, it does not have to be no black-owned stuff. So don't come to me with black-owned stuff. I ain't into that. I just want good products. So, I know a black-owned. I never said I wanted anything black-owned. So for the people who have been trying to reach out and help, it doesn't have to be black-owned. It just has to be good product. If it's black-owned, fine. But that's not a necessity and it's not mandatory. I just want good product. That's it. I don't want no purified water either. And I don't want no alkaline water either. But I ain't gonna be picky. You know what I'm saying? Whatever we could start with, we work our way up. But we getting the numbers. We got the numbers that we need. And that's really what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? Good business, good shit. That's it, man. I'm Doggie Diamonds. You know what I do here, man. This is Doggie Diamonds No Filter podcast on YouTube. We on all streaming platforms as far as audio. Let's go. And again, what I want y'all to know too, I'm not going to nobody. I got the numbers. They got to come to me. The way they sort out these people for the yak, for that vaping, for these strains and all of that, they sort us out then. Sort us out for the water. Sort us out for the water. And it ain't that I don't mess with alkaline water. At the end of the day, you got to do your research on stuff. So a lot of people do shit based off what somebody else said. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? This bozo, I seen you, how this guy never shows his eyes. Hold on. Before I go, because I always got to get one of them. You got removed. So this is the individual who wants me to show my eyes. He says, creepy that the guys never shows my eyes. And for the most part, you're not even American. I don't even know what you are. But you want me to show my eyes. But everybody who knows me, even on this channel, knows what I do. But that's all they zeroed in. And this guy never shows his eyes. Just like you never show your straight wrist. Don't forget,
Doggie Diamonds did this.
yes, and make sure you check out these related videos. Make sure you hit the logo to subscribe. Until next time, I see y'all tomorrow. Peace.